Hi. Hello. Hey. All right. Hi, go-getters. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Desi, and I am a life coach, helping you become more productive and living a fuller life. So what I want to talk about today is your idea and your concept of what time management is. For a long time, I used to think time management was about just squeezing in as much as I could and being as efficient as possible and making sure that I was getting everything done every single day that I needed to. Well, what I learned thinking that is a that's a surefire way to go to burnout really quickly. So I had to change my, thought process and look at time management in a very different way. Instead of looking at time management as what am I going to accomplish every single day and how can I be the most efficient in everything that I do, I started thinking about time management in a week basis. So I learned that from a really great book. The book is I Know How She Does It by Vanderkam. Great book. I'll link it below. And if you're going to be following this time management series, you'll hear me talk about that book quite a few times because it literally changed my way of thinking. So a big thing is that I used to try to figure out how I could go to work, exercise, eat healthy, spend time with my family, spend time with my friends, and spend time with myself all in a day. 6 things is a lot of things. Are you going to be able to get 6 things done in a day? Maybe not necessarily. So when I started thinking about time management in a week basis, it was eye-opening for me. Everybody has 168 hours in a week. I'm sure you've heard that or maybe you've heard it being said, everybody has 24 hours in a day. It is so true. But when you start thinking about a week instead of a day, it will shift what you do. If you think about you work 40 hours a week, right? You work that amount of time. Now, not all of us actually work that amount of time. Yes, we are at work for 40 hours a week, but do we actually work for 40 hours? Not always. Some people have, flexibility, or maybe you get distracted and you're sitting on the computer, on Facebook, on Instagram for an hour in a day. And so now you're down to 39 hours, and then you have your breaks and your lunches, and, maybe you have to run an errand one day. So a lot of the time we don't necessarily work 40 hours in a week. And sometimes we can work more, sometimes we can work less, but it's just kind of finding that balance. So if you work for 40 hours a week and you sleep for 8 hours a night, which I know not a lot of us do. I mean, I am crazy about my sleep, but even me, I still get about 7.5, sometimes 7 to about 8 hours. 8 hours a night is 56 hours. So if you're sleeping 8 hours a night, that's 56 hours of your week. So 56 hours plus 40 hours of work, that still leaves you with 72 hours a week. So take a minute to kind of soak that in, right? That was mind-blowing for me. That means that I have lots of time still. So what am I doing with that time? Well, we're going to talk about, being mindful of what you're doing with your time in another video, and then using that time to schedule and find holes. But really the biggest thing I really want you to take away here is that you do have time for all the things that you want. And even if it feels like you're at work all the time because it takes a majority of your day, you actually have quite a bit of time left at the end of that 40-hour work week to accomplish the goals that you want. When you're starting to live with direction and you're starting to implement the things that you want and starting to really, put in the time in each area of your life that's important to you, it's amazing the progress that you can make in just even 2 to 3 weeks, let alone a year or longer. So I really hope that you find value in these videos. I really hope that it changes your perspective of what you can accomplish, because, there's that age-old saying that we underestimate what we can accomplish in a year and overestimate what we can accomplish in 5. Or maybe it's the other way around. But regardless, is that when you start to live with intention and on purpose, you will be amazed what you can get done.